Hello, please excuse my appearance. I was supposed to take a shower last night, but I had too much work, so I didn't, and now my hair's ratchet and gross, and I look like a hot mess, so just ignore that. Anyway, I planes. I thought I would talk about me. I know I said I would last week. Was it last week? I don't know. This week has been weird so far, so I don't even know what day it is. Wednesday? Yeah. Anyway, I have to make breakfast / lunch. I don't know, but I'm gonna talk about the hurricanes that I was. Hold on, let me just preheat the oven real quick. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the hurricanes that I was, I don't know, was involved in, was the hurricanes that, I don't know. Anyway, August, I don't even remember what the dates were. I was in Texas from August 20th to 28th or something. I went to go see Ed Sheeran in San Antonio with my cousin. And they live in, my aunt, uncle, and 3 cousins live in Austin, Texas. So I was staying with them, and we went to see Ed Sheeran while I was there in San Antonio. And so I think it was that Friday and Saturday, so like the 26th, 27th, 25th. So my plane was scheduled to leave Monday the 28th, and then it was like Tuesday or Wednesday of the week before. I don't know, I guess I said something on Twitter about like being in Austin or Texas or something, and my friend was like, are you gonna be able to get out of there before the storm? And I was like, what storm? Like, I didn't even know what was like supposed to be coming. But then like the whole rest of that week I was like checking the news, and I saw that there was like this huge hurricane in the Gulf that was like coming straight for Texas, and I was like, oh, okay. But Austin is far enough inland so that it wasn't like too much of a threat for us, for them, for that area, so that we weren't that worried about it. So it was okay, I need to stop saying so and like, because I say that too much. Anyway, we were watching the news and keeping up with everything to see like if it was gonna like be bad for us or whatever. But it was like not gonna be, it was just gonna be a bunch of rain, maybe like some flooding, but not really anything bad for them. It was going to be worse for Corpus Christi and the coast and like Houston. Well, obviously everybody, we know now that what happened, but they were expecting it to be the worst, like along the coast for sure, because that's where it was supposed to hit. They were evacuating like Corpus Christi and stuff, but we were going to be fine in Austin. So I think it was the Friday. It started raining on Friday, and it was getting a little bit windy, but nothing too crazy. On the Friday, before I was supposed to leave, we were just going along with our plan. Well, actually, I think we wanted to go on their boat that weekend, but that didn't happen because it was raining and storming and a hurricane was coming. So we were like, okay, we'll just stay home and hang out. So we pretty much just stayed at their house, like played games and just hung out that weekend. We did on, I think it was the Friday or Saturday night, we went to this brewery. And there was like 1 or 2 other people there, and there was this band playing, and I felt really bad for them because like there was nobody there and they were just playing. We were like, oh, it's a hurricane party, but nobody's here. I think maybe like 3 or 4 other people, but it was like completely empty pretty much, and it was like pouring rain outside, and it was like, but that was fun. And then, but they were canceling flights on Sunday from out of Austin, so I was like, oh no, am I gonna be able to leave? Like I was worried that I might not have been able to leave on Monday like I was supposed to. And then their schools were delayed on Monday morning to like, I think it was like a 2-hour delay or something on Monday. So that, cause some of the areas had flooding, but it wasn't anything crazy, and they just wanted to make sure like buses and people and nobody was driving in the dark or whatever. Like, I don't know. My flight was on time, everything seemed to be going fine, so that was good. So like where we were, it wasn't really that bad, but like it was still like Harvey, like it rained a lot and like covered a lot of that area of Texas, but we were on the like upper, I think I have like some screenshots of the radar, because I took screenshots of the radar, and it was like whoosh, like just rain all across, and like Austin was like at the very like the top, so it was like getting some of the winds, and some trees fell down in their backyard, and thankfully nothing hit the house, but one of the trees went back into the other, like into their neighbor's yard, and it went through their fence and into the neighbor's pool on the other side. So that was not good, but nobody got hurt or anything, and nothing hit their house, like there was no damage or anything, because it really wasn't that bad, just a bunch of rain. And yeah, so we went to check on their boat. I think it was Sunday. Yeah, Sunday afternoon we went to go check on their boat, because they have their boat on a dock, but it's on a covered dock, so we went to go check to make sure that it was okay. And so we drove out there. It was still raining, not that hard though, but some of the other boats, like in their area, in their marina area, were like starting to sink, and like part of the other dock there were like a couple docks, but one of the other ones, thankfully not the one theirs is on, but the dock like detached and was like sinking in the lake. I was like, oh, but I don't think any boats were attached to it. It was already like old and on its last leg, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But some of the other boats in their marina area were not doing too good, so hopefully those people were able to save their boats and not lose them or anything. But theirs was fine. That was good. And yeah, so that was my Harvey experience, although it wasn't that like crazy, like nothing really happened, just a couple trees and stuff, you know, minor stuff. Like I feel so bad for all the people in Houston and Corpus Christi and Rockport, like wherever the worst damages were. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. Crazy. So yeah, then I come home, you know, flight's fine, everything's fine. A week later, Irma decides to, you know, come barreling straight towards Florida. And I was like, am I just like a hurricane magnet? Like, do they just like follow me like wherever I go? Like, why? Oh, it was crazy. So we, Princeton was, here he is right here. I almost dropped my phone, crap. He was staying with the trainer for a couple weeks, to get some boot camp in. So he was supposed to come back. Let me look at the calendar so I can get the dates right. I think it was the 7th, September 7th. Yeah, so I came back from Texas on August 28th, which was the Monday. So then the next Thursday, he was coming back. But that whole week, where are you going? Crazy dog. Anyway, so that whole week we were like waiting to see the path of Irma. It kept shifting. Like we knew it was going to hit Florida, that's for sure, but we didn't know if it was going to go up the East Coast, if it was going to go up the middle, if it was going to come to the Gulf and go hit the West, like hit us really bad. So we were just keeping our eye on that and seeing like what was going to happen with Irma, so that we could, you know, get prepared. And the whole state of Florida was like in a state of emergency, like starting on Wednesday, and like they were canceling schools Thursday and Friday, and like everyone was like, the stores were like emptied out pretty much on like Wednesday, and the storm wasn't supposed to come until Saturday or Sunday or something. So everyone was just like freaking out and preparing, and then like I don't even know, it was crazy. Like bottled water, gas, we ran out of, the whole state of Florida was like out of gas on like Thursday or Friday, and they were like announcing evacuations for some areas. I think Wednesday they started evacuating the Keys Wednesday morning, because they knew that the Keys were going to get hit bad. So they started evacuating, I think Wednesday morning, or Miami Wednesday morning, the Keys Thursday, something like that. The southern areas were starting evacuations because they knew it was going to like come up and hit like the southern tip. They just didn't know like where else it was going to go. So like as the week went on, more and more people were being evacuated, and they were getting stuck on the roads, and everything was crazy, and people were freaking out, and like my whole family was like, oh my gosh, what are you guys gonna do? Are you gonna evacuate? Like blah blah blah. And we were just like, I don't know, we're trying to figure out like what the storm is gonna do and where's it gonna hit, because we didn't want to just like leave. Oh, hold on, my mom texted me. Okay, she wanted me to put stuff in the dryer, so I'll do that, I guess. So where was I? What is all this? Why is this light not turning on? Oh, there we go. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, we were waiting to see what it was gonna do. So Princeton came back on Thursday. And then Friday we still weren't sure what we were gonna do, if we were gonna have to leave or not. So they started evacuating parts of. Hi, you wanna help me with the laundry? No? Parts of Tampa, like the flood zone. So we're in flood zone or evacuation zone. I don't know. I don't know the difference. We're zone B. So they announced mandatory evacuations for zone A, I think on Friday. Sorry, this is like a really crazy video, like all over the place. But so we're zone B and they evacuated zone A. So we were like, are we gonna, I don't know. We were still deciding, and this was like Friday. We still weren't sure because the path it was going east. No, it was shifting. It kept shifting west. Like every update, it was like shifting west, west, west. And we were like, so we were kind of worried, but my dad like knows what he's doing with hurricanes because we used to live in South Carolina, and anyway, I trust his judgment, so I was like, okay, I'll do whatever. Like, if you think we should leave, then I'll pack up and leave, but I don't know. Like, I was getting really scared. On Friday, I was getting like super nervous, and I was like, oh my gosh, what, like. So Friday night I was checking the updates, and it was not looking good for us at all, and I was freaking out, and I was like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? So Saturday morning, like I honestly thought that I was gonna have to wake up. Like Friday night I was like, I should just start packing now. Like I was like, we're going to have to leave. Like why do I keep saying like? Okay. I was getting super scared on Friday night, and I almost like just started packing. Is this oven preheated yet? I almost just started packing because I was like, what if we have to wake up at like 5 a.m. and leave? And they announced evacuations, and they're like, everybody has to leave, and then we are like running out of time because the storm's supposed to come on Sunday morning. So we were like, oh. Friday night I didn't really sleep that much at all because I was really stressed out and didn't know what was happening. Where can I put this? I don't know. I'm gonna put it here. So yeah, I woke up on Saturday morning and checked the weather. We were watching the news, and so it was really hard to decide whether or not. Oh, there, the oven. This is a lot of fries. I don't think I'm gonna eat all these. Oh well. So we were trying to decide, or it was hard to decide to evacuate because, first of all, there was like no gas. Well, we had I think both of our cars were full, our tanks were full, but there was like no gas anywhere in Florida. So if we tried to leave, we might get stuck on the highway and run out of gas because of all the traffic and all the people trying to leave. Because literally like all of South Florida, like everybody was like going north because that's the only way to get out of Florida because, you know, there's water everywhere, so you just gotta go up. So all the roads, sorry, that was really. So that was one thing, the traffic and the gas. Second thing, we didn't know where we were gonna go because all the hotels and like places were booked like all the way up to like Tennessee. Like everybody was going to like Atlanta and like other places, and like all the like everywhere was like, there was nowhere for us to stay. And we have Princeton, so like we needed to find a place that had a dog, like that we could bring him, because obviously I would never ever, I don't know why people would ever leave their pets behind. Like it just breaks my heart that people were leaving their pets, and like, oh my gosh, it's so sad. So we were trying to figure out what to do. So I guess it was like 10 or 11 a.m. Saturday. My dad contacted his friend in Orlando, who he's known since, I don't know, his Army days, I guess like 20 something years ago. And he was like, hey, would we be able to come stay with you through this hurricane because Tampa might get hit bad. So he agreed to let us come stay. So we decided to leave on Saturday morning. So we rushed around. we had to pack, we had to move furniture around, we were picking up the carpets, bringing stuff upstairs, you know, making sure if our house was flooded or if, because we at that point it could have hit Tampa as like a category 4, and we wanted to prepare the house, and we don't have any hurricane shutters or anything, so if the windows blew in, I was like, I literally put all of my room, I like took the stuff, I think I might put some pictures up, because I took some pictures in my room and it was literally like empty pretty much. We took our mattresses, put the mattresses in the hallways. I took all of my like stuffed animals off my shelves and everything off of my desk and put everything in the drawers and like shoved everything in my closet, pretty much moved it away from the windows. I put my like I put my college and high school degrees in the dishwasher, because people were like, put stuff in your dishwasher if you don't. I was taking my passport and like important documents and everything with me, but like I didn't want those big clunky, like I just put them in the dishwasher just in case. So yeah, we were preparing the house, moving things, all the furniture inside, everything, getting everything ready, and we left 4. He was like, we're leaving at 4 at the latest. So we got everything ready, packed up all this food, and brought as much as we could with us, like family, home videos, like stuff like that. Important things that we didn't want to lose. And then left to go to Orlando. And I had just bought a crate and a little cot for Princeton, because that's what the trainer recommended. So I like set those up, and they were here for like 2 days. Like he was here for 2 days, and then we were like packing up and leaving. I was like, oh my gosh, Princeton's gonna be so stressed out because he was just with a trainer for 3 weeks, and now he just comes home, he's here for 2 days, we have to pack up, go to this other stranger's house. Like, oh my gosh, I felt so bad for him. But he was a trooper, he did really well. I brought his crate and his cot with us so that he had a place for him to like be calm, which was really good. He pretty much just stayed there the whole time. Well, I mean, obviously I took him out and stuff, but it was just really crazy packing up. Like I didn't know what to pack. I like shoved all my clothes in. I was like, I'm just gonna take all this random stuff. Like I didn't know how long we were gonna be gone. I didn't know if we were gonna be able to like come back, if we were gonna have a house to come back to, like, or if like, I don't know. I just had no idea what was going on. I was so stressed out, and I didn't get to see Steve for like a week. We had gone kayaking the Sunday before, and then I hadn't seen him all week, and then things started getting crazy on like Thursday and Friday, and like I didn't even get to see him. So we left Saturday, and I was like, I didn't even get to say bye. Like, oh my gosh, I was just freaking out. And he was staying in Tampa. He lives more north, not as close to water, so he was gonna be fine, and he has hurricane shutters, so I was like, he wasn't worried or anything. But I was like, what? Like I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to come back. Like, what's gonna happen? I didn't get to say bye. So I was like a complete mess, pretty much. So we went to Orlando. It took us like 2 hours almost, an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes, I don't know. Thankfully there wasn't that much traffic on the road, so that was good. So we get to Orlando, settle in. His friend is super nice to let us stay there. Princeton's doing okay, everything, you know, it's great. So then Saturday, it started Saturday night. It started getting windy and raining Saturday night. And then Sunday morning, you know, it just pretty much rained all day Sunday. It started getting windy Sunday, and then Sunday night it was supposed to be the worst. So the storm actually shifted. So on Saturday morning it was predicted to go west and like hit Tampa pretty hard, but throughout Saturday it kind of shifted back east a little bit. So then it was predicted to go like straight up Florida pretty much, which actually like to hit Orlando even more than it was gonna hit Tampa. So like where we were, it was like gonna be worse than Tampa. So we were like, what? I don't know. It's really hard to predict. You can't really predict the weather. Like it's just gonna go where it's gonna go. So we just did whatever we had to do to prepare. We ended up being fine. We didn't even lose power. It got pretty windy in Orlando, but on Sunday night, and like oh my gosh, I had to sleep in the living room. So it's a 3-bedroom house in Orlando. It's a really nice neighborhood, but I was sleeping with Princeton in the living room. He had like a mattress on the floor, and there was an air mattress and an extra bed that my parents slept on. So Mikey was in one room, my parents were in one room, and then I was in the living room with Princeton. And at one point on Sunday night, before everyone went to bed, the front door like blew open. I locked it. I took Princeton on a walk and I locked the door. I was like 100% positive that I locked the door. But we were all sitting there like watching the news, and then it just like blew open, and we were just like, and they're like, who was the last person? I was like, I locked it, I am positive. And then they found like it's like a double door. So one of the, like, and there's little, I don't know what they're called, like things that stick in. So those had like come out, I don't know. Somehow the door opened and it like blew open, and everyone was like, ah. So then he moved like a heavy bag in front of it to stop it from opening again. But like the whole night on Sunday night, the wind was like whoosh, and the door kept like being pushed in. Like I thought it was gonna blow open again, and I was so scared. The wind was like whoosh, like blinding, like not blinding, what am I even saying? I don't even know. It was scary, and I like did not sleep much Sunday night. So pretty much that whole week I like had not slept barely at all. And so Monday morning we woke up, like we didn't lose power. I think the power flickered once in Orlando where we were, but we didn't lose power, thankfully, in Orlando. But our next door neighbor here in Tampa told us that he lost power on Sunday. I think it was Sunday, sometime Sunday he lost power. So Monday we had planned, we wanted to try to come back Monday, so that we were only gone for 2 nights. But since we didn't have power, and I think there was like curfews everywhere, and like Orlando was still under curfew until like 6 p.m. Monday. They were telling people to stay off the roads. So we didn't come back. We decided to stay another day, leave Tuesday. We were going to try to come home Tuesday because Mikey's school was canceled like the whole week, or up until Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. I think they were canceled until Wednesday or Thursday. And then at that point, but they ended up canceling the whole week. I don't think he went back until the Monday after. So he had a school off for like a week and a half, I think. We decided to try to come back Tuesday because we didn't have power and we didn't want to try to like, I don't know, go on the roads and stuff. So we stayed Monday night, and then Tuesday we still didn't have power, but we were gonna try to come back Tuesday night anyway, I think. Oh, because my dad had to go back to work Monday. Oh, not Monday, Wednesday morning. But I don't think he went back till Thursday. Anyway, I don't even remember. It was really confusing. We decided to come home Tuesday afternoon. So I think we left Orlando at, we found out our power came back on Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday at like noon. Sometime on Tuesday our power came back on, so that was good because we didn't want to come back to not have any power because that would be not good. Yeah, so we found out our power came back on and left Orlando Tuesday afternoon at like 2 or 3, something like that. And it was my mom's birthday on Tuesday, so she was really upset because she was like, well, she didn't get to do anything that she wanted to do. We were supposed to go bowling on Sunday for her birthday, but obviously we were in Orlando and the hurricane was coming, so that didn't happen. And her birthday was Tuesday, so we were on the way back, and she was like, trying to figure out what to do for dinner. So we ended up getting Chinese food. There was a Chinese food place open, thankfully, on Tuesday. A lot of places were closed because there was no power in a lot of places, like all over Florida. People didn't have power, and even in Tampa, like a lot of places didn't have power. So thankfully we were able to have power and places were open. So yeah, we came back, we didn't have any damage to the house, thankfully. Just a couple branches fell in the front from our tree. This lemon, well, it looks not too bad now, but it was like leaning a little bit. But our pool cage, everything was good and nothing was damaged, so that was good. Just a couple branches in the front yard. Yeah, so thankfully everything was fine. We had to put all of our house back together, and yeah, I just felt so relieved and blessed that we, like, nothing happened and missed, like, it was great. Like, I was so scared Friday. Like, I honestly did not know if we were gonna have a house, like, if it was still gonna be together. Like, I don't know. And Saturday, like, just the whole process of packing things up, like, it was just so, I don't know. It was crazy. completely like scary, stressful. Oh my gosh, like I can't even describe how I can't even imagine all the people who like lost their houses and like had nowhere to go home to, and like didn't like I just can't even. It's crazy. People are still like, I'm sure, trying to figure out like I just crazy. So yeah, it was definitely Irma was definitely worse for us, for me. Well, my family was in Florida during Harvey, like they were fine. But like the Harvey situation was not bad at all for where I was, but it was worse. Irma was worse for Florida, definitely. For me, like that whole situation was a lot more stressful and scary and crazy. But yeah, thankfully Princeton, can you even see him? Princeton was fine. I could tell he was a little bit stressed, but he did okay. So yeah, that's the story of the hurricanes. So, and then of course Maria had to go through Puerto Rico, and that was really sad. I feel so bad for the whole Caribbean, like that whole area, just devastated. Like, can Mother Nature just like calm, like the earthquakes in Mexico, fires in the West, and like hurricane, like I just stop. Mother Nature, please calm down. Stop. Like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, that's my not so. Oops, I totally forgot to like finish the video yesterday. Steve came over and interrupted. That's why Princeton started barking at the end when I don't even remember what I was saying. I guess I could rewatch it and then I would know what I was saying. But anyway, yeah. So that was my hurricane experiences story. Hope you enjoyed. I think I'm gonna try to do like a weekly video soon. I don't know when I'm gonna start it. Maybe I'll start in November or like next week. Well, I'm gonna be in Texas next week, so I don't know. But keep an eye out for videos weekly from me if that's something you even want.